All right, Math 1, this is your EOC review number 2. This is this is how to work out the problems, the test question problems for EOC review number 2. EOC review 2. All right, so let's look at the very first problem there. I'll write this down. We have number 1, we have 3 times, let's see. So our first step here is going to be distributive property. So you're going to distribute first. Okay, don't forget to do that. So this is going to be 6x. This is going to be minus 3. Then bring down the minus 10 and bring down everything else on the other side. So distributive property comes first. Okay. Combine like terms. We're going to combine these two terms together. Bring this down. This gives us a negative 13. Bring down the equal. Bring everything else down. Now we're going to move the variables to the same side. I'm going to move the smaller one. 5 is smaller, so I'm going to move that. This is going to give me 1x here and bring everything else down. Okay? Now I'm going to get x or isolate x by adding to both sides. So here we got 8, 9, 10, 11, and this gives me 21. So x here is equal to 21D. Okay. Box it in and move to the next one. Number 2, I'm going to do the same thing again, distributive property. We got 4x when you distribute plus we got 20 is equal to 3x. I'm distributing the 3 this time minus the 6. I'm going to distribute the negative 2 here. So this is negative 2x. And I'm distributing negative 2 here, which is going to be a negative 4. Okay? So I did distributive property first. So now when I do distributive property, combine like terms, I can't combine anything over here. So let me just bring this side down. Okay? Bring this down. Combine like terms on this side, that's this and this. So when I combine these two together, that gives me x. I combine these two terms together, and that gives me a negative 10. Okay? When I add them together, that gives me negative 10. I'll move the variables to the same side. I'll move the smaller one. I'm going to subtract 1x on both sides, okay? This gives me 3x here. Bring down the plus 20. It's equal to, this is gone, and I'm left with negative 10. Now I'm going to move the 20 by subtracting 20 on both sides. I get 3x here, and I get a negative 30. I'm going to divide both sides by 3, so I get x is equal to a negative 10. So number 2 is D. Okay. All right. Number 3, when I do this, box this in. Number 3, I get 3 distribute, that's 3x. Distribute this, that's going to be a positive 9. Okay. Bring down the inequality. This is greater than symbol. Distribute the 4, that's 4x. Distribute the 4, that's negative 16. Okay, so no distributive property. Can't combine these two terms. Can't combine these. I'm going to move the x's to the same side. This is gone, moving the smaller one. I'm left with positive 9. Bring down the greater than sign. When I subtract, this gives me just 1x or just x. I'm going to add 16 to both sides. When I add 16, here I get 15, carry the 1. That gives me 25. Bring down the inequality. Okay, so I get this as my answer. Or if I put x on this side, the mouth should still be open to the 25. 25 is bigger. Okay, so that's the answer that I'm looking for, where 25 is bigger. 25 is bigger here. Okay. All right. I'm going to do the same thing here. I want you to show your work here. I'm going to move on to number 5. Okay. Number 5, I'm going to rewrite this as 3 over 4x plus 2 is equal to 5 over 4x minus 6. All right. So remember here, no distributive property, can't combine like terms. Move the x's to the same side. I'm going to move this one over here, the smaller one. Okay. Good for us that they already have common denominator. So we got 2 here. Bring down the equal. The denominators are the same. Okay. 5 minus 3 is 2. Bring down the minus the 6. I'm going to reduce this fraction. So reduce this to 1/2. Okay. So we got 1/2 x minus 6. I'm going to get x by itself by adding 6 to both sides. When I add 6 to this side, this gives me 8. And this is 1/2 x. Remember to get rid of this. I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal or divide both sides by 1/2. That's the same as multiply by the reciprocal. The reciprocal of 1/2 is flipping the numerator and denominator. So that's 2 over 1 or just 2. Same thing. So this gives me 16 here. This cancels out because this 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. That gives me just x. So x is equal to 12. Is that what I did? I did something wrong. 3 over 4x plus 2 is equal to 5 over 4 minus 6. 3 over 4, bring down the 2, bring down, 2. That's right. Okay, when I reduced it, that gives me 1/2. When I added 6 to both sides, that gave me 8, 1/2. Multiply both sides by 2. Oh, what the world? 16. Reyes. I'm tripping. I'm tired. You can tell I'm tired. Lord help me. Guide me, Lord. All right. So easy to make a mistake, isn't it? All right. We got literal equations on this side. Remember, literal is when you have more than one variable in an equation. More than one variable in an equation. Okay. So they're going to tell you which one to solve for. This one is saying, this is the formula here. It says which could be the answer for t. So we're solving for t. Notice how t is by itself in all of these. So let's solve for t. So we have a is equal to principal. We got p. Then we got p again. Then we got r and t. Okay. So look at this. We got to get t by itself. So let's move this p first. Add or subtract to move the terms first, okay? You can move this one. This is not directly attached by multiplication, so move this first by subtracting it. So we got a minus p, bring down the equal. Then what you have left, this is gone, and I'm left with p, t, okay, p-r-t. This is multiplication. The way to undo multiplication is to divide, so we want to divide both sides by p PR, okay? So when we divide both sides by PR, that cancels out and we're left with T. So we have A minus P divided by PR. So let's make sure, let's look and see what they have as answers, okay? All right, so we got A, this one's not it because we had to divide to get rid of it. Then we got this on the top and PR on the bottom. Yep, right here, there you go. So B is your answer there. All right, number 2, a line represents this equation right here. This is linear, by the way, it's in standard form. What is another way to represent the same line? So it looks like what they did was solve for y. So here you're solving for y. So for this one, you write 3x plus 2y is equal to 4. So to solve for y, subtract 3x on both sides. This is gone and I'm left with 2y. What's left is negative 3x plus 4, okay? So now we're going to get rid of this 2, divide everything by 2, okay? So this gives me y is equal to a negative 3 over 2x. When you reduce this or simplify, that's 2, okay? So let's see, that's the first one, A, isn't it? Okay. All right, so if this equation right here says find the value of m, okay, so we're solving, notice how all of these is equal to m. So we're solving for m. All right, another piece of paper. So when you solve for m, we got k is equal to am plus 3m x. Okay, so look at this right here. You're solving for m here. So what they have in common is an m in each of these. So take out an m, do the reverse of distributive property and take an m out. So when you take this m out, what you're left with is this a plus 3x. That's what you're left with. See, I'm doing the reverse of distributive property. They both have an m in common, so take it out. So now it makes it so much easier. This is multiplication. So to get rid of this, divide both sides by that. A plus 3x, a plus 3x, okay? So when you divide this side, that's gone, and you're left with just m on this side. And on this side, you have k and a plus 3x, okay? So you got m is equal to, the x is on top, a plus 3x. Very good. That's this one, okay? All right. Okay, let's do this one. Okay. All right. So the next one, we have the formula is expressed and we are solving. Let's see, this is the expressing it in terms of, okay, so we're solving for K. Notice how all your answers are K is equal to. So you know you're solving for K. So this is D is equal to A parentheses 2 plus KT. All right, so look, here you're solving for K. So the only way to solve for K, first, all right, we need to get K by itself. So let's get rid of the A first, okay? This is multiplication, so divide, because this is in parentheses. I can't touch that until I move the A. So I'm going to divide both sides by A. So now the A is gone. And I have on this side, D divided by A is equal to, that's gone, and you're left with the 2 plus KT. Now, to get K by itself, you got to move this now. This is a positive 2. So you're going to subtract 2 on both sides, okay? So now, when I do that, on this side, I have D divided by A minus the 2. Bring down the equal. This is gone now. And now all I'm left with is this. So now I got to get rid of the T. The only way to get rid of the T, this is multiplication. Is it T? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, T. Is to divide by T. So I'm going to divide both sides by T. Okay? So now the T is gone, and I'm left with D divided by A minus 2 over T. Okay? And now this should be your answer there. So you got D over A. No, this is hold on. Hmm. Uh, let's see. D divided by A is true. Minus 2. No, I didn't get 2 right. Let me look. Okay, so if I divide, hmm, hold it. That's another way to write that. Divided by D divided by A minus 2. No, because let's look. Let's got D. Let me try this real quick. If I have D over A minus 2 on the top, you divide both by you're dividing, essentially dividing everything by T. Think about a different way. So this is dA divided by T, which is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. Let me see. When I multiply by the reciprocal, 1 over T, this would be D over AT. All right, that's what that would be. This side, if I do this divided by T, negative 2 over 1, and I divide by T, that's T over 1. That's multiplying, that's still going to be the same, minus 2 over T. I don't see that answer anywhere. The, let's table it. It's taking up too much time. All right. Tim asks to solve for X. Okay, so let's see here. In which step does Tim make the first mistake? Okay. Look at this one. So this is what he started off with, and he is solving again for X. So to get X by itself, we got X over here. We got X over here and X over here. You need to move the X's to the same side. So you need to move this over here is what needs to happen, because you need to move all the X's to the same side. So did he do that? He added this over here. Yes, he did move it by adding it to this side. So this step is good. He did a good job there. Then he took out the X. Good. Great job. They both have an X in common. Take it out. What's left? K is left and M is left. That's perfect. Okay. Okay, good. That's perfect. Then afterwards, whoa. Okay. So then he should divide both sides by plus K plus M. Divide both sides by K plus M. That's fine. And that gives you just K and then K plus M. That's right too. All of it's right. So he didn't make any mistakes. He did it right. Okay. All right. Number 1. Oh, I already circled the answers on this side. Thanks. Sorry, y'all. I don't know why I did that. All right. So you know the answers here. This answer is B. This answer is B. And this answer down here is D. The last one. Yep. All right, so let's do that one. All right, so this question right here is saying that Keisha is planning to rent a van for the trip. Okay. 2 of her friends rented the same type of van, so that means it's gonna cost the same amount to rent it. Okay. From the same rental company last week. And this is what they told her. So let's look at John. All right, what John say? John said that the total was 240. So $240 is what he paid. Said that the company charged me a certain amount per day. Doesn't say how much per day. So let's put this out to the side. That D is going to equal amount per day because he doesn't say amount per day. Okay. Then it says that there a certain amount per mile. Oops. Let's do M is going to equal because we don't know that either. Amount per mile is missing. So we don't know. It's going to charge a certain amount every day and a certain amount for every per mile. Okay, so that's what it's doing. All right, so what else? It said I had rented it for 5 days. So that's 5D because we know that it's 5 days for a certain amount. So this amount came from 5D plus it says 200 miles. So it's 200 M because it's a certain amount every mile. So it's 200 M. Okay. So if it's, since this is we know this is a system, so we're going to use the same letters for the second person, which is Katie. So now we're going to do Katie's equation. So Katie only her total rental was $100. So we got $100 is equal to, and we have what else? $100. She drove it for 100 miles for 2 days. So it's going to be 2D plus 100. Okay. So that's the system there. Okay. So now we can let's use elimination method to solve it to see what it is for the days, the amount per day and the amount per mile. So we need to figure out the amount per day and the amount per mile. Okay. All right. So the daily amount and then the mile amount. Let's do that. So let's solve this system. Let's use elimination because um, elimination is probably going to be the easiest. All right. I can't yet to cancel out anything, but I'm going to cancel out the M's by multiplying Katie's by 2 so that this will be 200. So let's multiply everything by 2. The first equation, John can stay the same. Okay, John can stay the same. Using elimination method, I'm going to distribute and multiply everything by 2. So this 2 times 100 is going to be 200. 2 times 2 is going to be 4D. And 2 times 100 is going to be 200. So now, yay! Now we can eliminate by subtracting. So we can eliminate the M's, okay? So this, when I subtract, gives me 40. This, when I subtract, gives me D, and this cancels out. So yay, the amount per day is $40. So we're going to put $40 for the amount per day. The amount per mile. So now we just take the amount per day and plug it into one of these equations. I'm going to use the second equation because that is the easiest one. So I'm going to rewrite the second equation. 100 equals 2D plus 100M. So now I'm going to substitute 40 in for D. So this is 100 is equal to 2 times 40 plus 100M. Okay? So when I solve this, this gives me 80 plus 100M. So to solve for M, subtract 80 on both sides. So when I subtract 80 on both sides, this gives me 20. Okay? So now this is gone and I'm left with 100M. So now I'm going to divide both sides by 100. Okay? And this is going to give me, if I wanted to reduce this, I can reduce this. This is 2/10 because 2 over 10. So that's 0.2. Or you can divide to see it, okay? And this is M. So this is 20 cents. So it's 20 cents per mile. Okay? It's 20 cents per mile. All right. So now the other thing, so the last thing it says, which equation could Keisha use to figure out how much her rental would cost? Okay, So her rental would cost 40 cent a day, 40 cent D plus 20 cent for a mile. That's what the equation would look like. So that is going to be 40, no, not $40 a mile. That's crazy. But it's $40 a day plus 20 cent a mile. That's B. Okay. All right. So let's look at the second one. It says Eddie's towing company is $40 a hook, a vehicle to to book, sorry, to book a vehicle. That looks like a hook because it's missing. Um and $1.70 for each mile. So it's 40 plus 170 a mile. So that's going to be B. Starting amount, this is the slope. Okay, so y is equal, c is equal to whatever. All right, so number 3, it says the local deli charges for a delivery fee. So of course, everybody charges a delivery fee, don't they? On Monday, so Monday, they delivered 12 dozen. So it's 12 dozen bagels, or sorry, 2 dozen. Oh, yes, it's tricky. So we got 2 dozen bagels to the office for a total. The total is equal to $8. On Tuesday, 3 dozen, and the total cost is $11. Okay. So now B represents the total bagels and F is the delivery fee. So you automatically have to pay the delivery fee. Okay. So that's just F. So it's 2 dozen. So it's 2B. So we got 2B here plus the delivery cost is equal to $8. That's Monday's equation. Tuesday equation is 3B, that's 3 dozen bagels, plus the delivery cost is equal to 11. So that's why this is your answer here. You can't read number 4. I don't know what I was thinking. Jesus, take the wheel. All right, and this page here. Okay, so what is the product of this expression? So remember, when you write this, the square means you're going to multiply it times itself. That's 3x plus 6 times 3x plus the 6. And you can use the FOIL method because it's 2 binomials. First, outer, inner, last. First, outer, inner, and then the last. So your first is these two. 3x times 3x is 9x squared. Okay. Outer is these two. 3x times the 6 is going to be 18x. Inner is the 2 in the middle. That's another 18x. And then last is going to be 36. Okay? So now you're going to combine the terms that are alike. So that's these two and oh, I forgot to put plus. That's these two in the middle. So that's going to be 36. So we got 9x squared plus 36x plus the 36. Very good. That's this on the end. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Let's do this one. Find the product. Distributive property. Distribute. So you're going to multiply 2x times each of the terms here. So 2 times that 1 is automatically in front is 2. This is 1x. This is x to the first. This is x to the second. So that's x to the third. Then we're going to multiply here. This is plus 2. This is x to the second. Then we're going to multiply this. That's negative 10x. Okay? So it's going to be x to the third, 2x to the second, minus 10. That's the last one. Okay. All right, simplified expression. So let's look at this. First, you got to multiply this together. All right. So that comes first because we don't have any operations in parentheses, all that stuff, exponents, no. So this is going to come first, and then we combine like terms. So we can do full first, and I can actually do this out to the side. Plus the 3. All right, so full, FOIL. All right, so first, this is 2x squared. That's these two. Outer, that's these two. That's negative 12x. Inner, that's these two. That's plus 3x. Last, so two numbers on the end. That is negative 18. Okay? So combine the two in the middle, these two terms right here. That's going to be, that's 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's negative 9. So this is going to be, 2x minus the 9x minus 18. That's this. We did this. Now we're going to bring this down. Minus 2 plus 3x plus 30. So now we're going to combine like terms. So the highest, oh, I forgot this, y'all. Lord, that was about to be a mistake for real. All right, so we combine these two together. Okay, so when we combine these two together, we add those together. They cancel out because this is positive, this is negative. They cancel out. So now we're going to combine these two terms together. This one, what else? And this one. So that's going to give us a negative 6x. So that's done. And then we have, yikes. We have these two that we're going to combine together. And that's going to give us a positive 12. Okay? When we combine these two together, we get positive 12. So that's going to be this. Okay? All right, number 4, it says in the diagram at the right, the dimensions of the larger one, that's this by this. This is the larger one. And these are the dimensions of the smaller one here. Which choice expresses the area of the shaded region? Okay, so we multiply the bigger one together, multiply the smaller one, and subtract the areas. So let's do the area of the big one first. That's 3x minus 1, 3x plus 7. So we're going to do FOIL again. FOIL. First, that is 9x squared. Outer, that is 21x. Inner, that is negative 3x. And last is negative 7. Okay? All right, so now we got to do 8. So that's these two together. That's 18, 19, 20, 21. Double checking myself. So this is 18x minus 7. This is the area of the large one. So now we're going to do the area of the small rectangle. All right, so small rectangle is length times width. So that's x times 2x plus 5. So distribute. So multiply the x. So we get this is 2x squared. This is 5x. Okay, so now we can subtract the areas from each other. Subtract this from this. So the like terms, let's subtract. All right, so we got this on top. I'm going to subtract. So we got this goes under this. These are like terms here. And then this is the like term for this. And then we're just going to put in a 0 as a placeholder here. So when we subtract, this gives us 7x squared. We subtract, This gives us a positive 13x. And when we subtract, this gives us a negative 7. All right, so we got negative 7x. 13 is in the middle, minus 7. That's this B. Okay, no, it's not B. Messed up on that one. It's D. Okay. All right, so this last one, the values of A, B, and C are given. Where are we? Where am I at? Okay, we'll table this because we need to write this out in combined like terms. Under what operation is the system is not wait a minute. Under what operations is the system of polynomials not closed? Division. Okay. All right. And let's do all right. So I'll table this and do this in another video because this video is way too long. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Keep working hard. And well, we might do this in class. All right. Talk to you later.